All right, Mark, I love when you do the countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in the nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, hide your girlfriend, hide your wives, lock up your doors, run for your life, because Titan Goji will be on NerdCage Live. And as a result, that's right, December 10th, 2020.
Put the cookie down! Now!
Kidnap Mr. Santa Claus?
It has begun!
You are about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right, you're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us tonight. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek 7 days a week, coming to you live from Syracuse, New York, and always with me, my man, the warrior from Wakanda, the fiend from Louisville, Mark Withers. Introduce this fine gentleman that's invaded our house tonight.
What's going on, man? Super excited to be here as usual. A little under the weather tonight, but no worse for wear, because tonight we have a special guest, just like you said, from movie aficionados and gaming aficionados. Joining us here as our third wheel tonight, Mr. Josh Burris. Josh, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing awesome. I can't complain. We have 100 or so new members in our group, and I'm so grateful to be on the show. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming here at the last minute. Look at the chat here. We got Paul Tackett, Brian from Monstrosities, Titan Goji, who's going to be here next week, by the way. Off the Beaten podcast is in the house. We got a stacked house tonight, man. So glad everyone took the time to be here tonight. We're kicking off the holiday season in style today. Speaking of style, I'm ready for tonight's debate because this is my ugly sweater, my diehard ugly Christmas sweater. So, yeah, we will definitely get to that later.
Someone came prepared.
You know it, boss. So, Josh,
all right,
explain to us, movie aficionados, tell us what's up.
So, basically, Movie Aficionados, it's filled with people who are reviewers. We have reviews, movie news, which there's huge news today. We'll talk about that soon. And yeah, we have over 6,000 members, and our sister group is Gaming Aficionados, where people can post their gaming live streams, and we also have like game reviews, game news, stuff like that. And yeah, that's it.
Links are in the description, by the way, if you want to join the Facebook group.
Awesome. So how long have you guys been like sort of operational as movie aficionados? How long has the group been together?
About 5 years. We've had a lot of loyal people.
Wow.
Yeah, and I took a little bit of a hiatus, but I came back and my moderators and everybody kept it going. I'm so grateful to aficionados out there. I'm going to share this in the group. So like I said, we have 6,000 people. I'm going to put it in there so they can watch the replay and enjoy the debate.
Awesome. Look at Betty Rage is here. Atlanta Jet is here. We have Big Afford Entertainment. Welcome.
Oh shit, Anzo, what up?
It's a party tonight, man. It is definitely a party tonight.
That's what's up.
What?
And there's 22 people on here. Please hit that like button, man. It really helps the channel and helps the algorithm. So if you're in here, please hit that like button. It really helps us a lot. No lie.
I just did.
Okay, so do you guys want to address the elephant in the room?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so first and foremost, if you're just tuning in, if you missed the teaser trailer, yes, we are doing a Wonder Woman watch party, which will be on January 14th. And we're going to be joined by Off the Beaten Podcast, Dion McGill, and our voice actor, Matt Farden, as we sit down and watch Wonder Woman 84 together live. So please, if you can make it January 14th and hang out and watch Wonder Woman 84 as a group and hang out, and I think it's going to be an absolute blast. So yes, January 14th.
Yeah, and you know that I'm super excited. You know, I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan, as everybody knows. I mean, I've got the print behind me, and so I'm not only hyped for this movie, but this will be like my very first watch party. I've never actually even seen someone else's.
Second, because 2 weeks we're doing the Piscina watch party.
That's right. So that'll be the first one. That'll be the first one. So I'll be excited for that one, but I think I'll be even more excited for this one because of the content. I've been waiting, since summer to see this movie. And, I'll be tuning in on Christmas for my first watch, and I'll probably watch it a few more times leading up to this watch party. So, it's going to be a good time. And, anybody who's down for this, tune in. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. So, Josh, how do you feel about Wonder Woman 84?
I'm excited, and we've only been waiting for, like he said, 6 months or so. Should have been out already, so it's time to see it now. Instead, we got stuck with the New Mutants and Tenet, which we
right.
So it would be nice to see. Unfortunately, I can't go to a theater. We have a theater here that's a drive-in theater. They've been showing older movies,
right?
So maybe they'll try to sneak in some Wonder Woman somehow. I don't know.
So did they close the theaters back down in New York? Or
yeah, I had to drive to Connecticut to see Tenet,
oh, wow.
and so I drove an hour and a half away just to get inside of a theater and eat some popcorn and have that experience. And I don't know if I'll ever get it again. HBO Max, thanks a lot.
Yes, so that's the elephant in the room there. He just said it. As we learned today that the breaking news from a few hours ago that HBO Max is unleashing everything in 2021, basically.
Right.
There we go. So if you guys can look at the graphic on the screen there, we got Godzilla vs. Kong, The Suicide Squad, The Conjuring, Matrix 4, Dune, Space Jam 2, now, this one's an interesting one. The Many Saints of Newark, which is the prequel to The Sopranos, and a lot more there. And Mortal Kombat reboot. This is huge. I mean, this caught everybody. I can't say I'm surprised, though, but color me excited. Guys, what do you got? What's your take on everything?
Well, I mean, my take on it is that they're sort of looking at this. I mean, they've been kind of saying that it's sort of like a temporary hybrid model, but I really think they're testing the waters to see if this hybrid's going to work. Now, the mechanics of this, all of the way that they're going to release all of these movies, from what I understand, is similar to the Wonder Woman deal, where they're going to release it on HBO Max for about 31 days. In conjunction with select theaters. And then after that 31 days is up, it's going to go to theaters only for another 30 days. Then it'll go to PVOD for, I believe, 30 to 60 days. And then after that, then it'll go back to HBO Max full time. So I think that, this Wonder Woman release is probably a test of something that they've been planning for a while. And when they got the excitement, when they got the response that they probably expected, then they probably were just like, well, let's just go ahead and just release everything, just pull the trigger and release everything.
Josh, what do you got, man?
I think that it will be like a work in progress. Like he was saying, it might go in waves where, oh, this worked, this didn't work. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. But in the end, like I said, backstage, I think it's pretty much a concession for HBO, Warner Brothers and everybody, where it's going to be like, let's see how much money we can recoup after the money that we lost for these high budget movies. I mean, this lineup is insane.
I know.
And it's a loss for us because unless you have a giant 30,000 8K TV in your house, watching Dune, which is one of my most anticipated, I'm a big Denis Villeneuve fan. Yeah. So watching this here on my phone or on my computer screen is going to be really irritating for me. That's just the way I feel about it. So I'm not trying to be negative, but I'll be happy to see it. I'll be happy to see any of these movies, especially the Pond.
I've been saying this to everybody. HBO Max is declaring war on Disney Plus with this stacked movie lineup, man.
I mean, and I know that you see it that way. I really don't think that they're really like attacking Disney Plus at this point. Like, you may be right about it, but I think it's more about clearing out the other competition. Yeah. So, you have these other big studios, but they don't have the benefit of falling back on a streaming platform where they can sort of use a title as a loss leader to drive memberships and get that revenue stream from their streaming platform. So, this is an opportunity, even though they're going to be losing money on a great number of these movies.
In the short term.
In the short term. In the long term, this is going to make memberships spike. Yep. And it'll also help them to retain these memberships long term, because you'll get back to back all these huge tentpole
and the
films.
Snyder Cut too. The Snyder Cut. I don't know why they don't have that on there. Snyder Cut. By the way, welcome to the chat. Scott Bannock is here. Josh Bates is here. Welcome. Scribe Productions. Man, thanks for taking the time off to hang out with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say something. I don't remember. I got lost in thought looking at this lineup.
We do it all the time. It's overwhelming.
It put me in a daze. So no, I think that's going to be by default that Disney has to just respond, whether or not it was intentional. I mean, like I said, I think it's literally just trying to recoup some of their money. And you were saying, Mark, that in the long run, the subscription numbers will go up. I know that the stock of HBO Max went up and increased rapidly, but you know how that works. That could just drop rapidly. But the other thing I will say is there's a lot of pirates in the sea. You know what I mean? And this is wide open waters now for them to just take your because going to the theater, I mean, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? If I were a pirate, which I'm not endorsing that or saying that anyway, I would not want to download Dune and watch it on my phone. I want to go to IMAX. We had plans, my friends had plans to take the whole row and have the whole row sectioned off, but now we can't do that. And
well, if you want to take a drive, you can. These are still going to be day and date movies, so they'll all be available to see in an open theater.
Assuming
so I know
there are.
Assuming that they don't all close down again. But I know that as of today here in Kentucky, our theaters are open. So if you want to come down and visit, and we'll I'm just joking. I know you don't want to come
I like to travel. I wouldn't mind. Our governor, I'm in New York. I don't know where you are, Jay, but
Syracuse, right near you, bud.
Oh, okay. So you're
2.5, 3 hours from Hudson Valley.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a psychic, so I can't tell you whether or not COVID is going to change the landscape of everything again. And, there will be another shutdown, but I'm anticipating it. I'm just getting ready mentally. And
Mark, what in this lineup here? What excites you the most? Pick a few that excite you on this lineup.
Top 3 for me would probably be, obviously Wonder Woman 84 is top for me right now. Suicide Squad, I'm really excited to see this sequel, to see what James Gunn's going to do. You mentioned that the Zack Snyder Justice League is not on this list, but I've been chomping at the bit to watch this since it was announced. And you know that I'm not like a big Zack Snyder fan. I'm just really intrigued. I'm intrigued by the fact that instead of giving us a feature, they're going to break this up into, what is it, like 4 episodes?
4 episodes, yeah.
Episodes? It's 4, right? So, so they're going to break this up, which means they're going to flesh the story out a little bit more. The stuff from the Comic-Con trailer was really exciting to me. So that is high on my list too. So, and of course, Josh, you mentioned Dune. I'm definitely down to watch that too. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely an exciting news day, for lack of a term, with this.
So for me, I'm learning. I'm just like taking my turn now, and it's my turn. Number one, hands down. Yeah, number one, hands down, is Dune, and it's everybody's in Movie Aficionados. Shout out, you all know who you are, and Mark, you're part of our community. We talk a lot about Dune and how we miss it. And Denis Villeneuve is like, for me, is perfect. He's a perfect director. He directed one of the best movies I think of the decade, which is Prisoners. I love, and he's just coming off of Blade Runner 2049, so him doing this giant, large-scale film with one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer, and I'm sure if you have all that DC stuff behind you, I'm sure you're the same way. Number 2 would be The Conjuring, of course, because we're all big horror fans and movie aficionados. And shout out David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown. He's one of our members. And if there's any Terrifier fans in here. And I guess number 3 would be Mortal Kombat. And
man.
I love Mortal Kombat. Yeah, maybe we'll get a Street Fighter movie one day that doesn't suck. That would be nice too.
Right.
Okay, so basically my 3, Godzilla vs. Kong, obviously. I'm not going to count Wonder Woman because that's coming out, this month. So I'm talking 2021. Right. So I'm going to go Godzilla vs. Kong, the Suicide Squad, and Mortal Kombat, obviously. And a special shout out to the Many Saints of Newark because I love The Sopranos. For those who don't know, The Many Saints of Newark is the prequel to The Sopranos. So, and James Gandolfini's son is playing young Tony. So that would be certainly interesting for sure.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, that might be in my top 3. I am also a big Sopranos fan. Yeah, my top 3 would be Breaking Bad, Dexter, and The Sopranos.
Same with Breaking Bad's definitely one of my favorite too. Yeah. So we're on the topic of Mortal Kombat, so I want to shimmy over real quick. So some bit of Mortal Kombat. Well, I shouldn't say news. It's kind of old now. It's been like a couple of weeks here, but the Mortal Kombat 11 downloadable movie skins just came out last week, and it's absolutely friggin' amazing. NetherRealm Studios managed to bring in Christopher Lambert as Raiden, Bridget Wilson as Sonya, and Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage, using their likeness and their actual voices. Oh my God, it's friggin' awesome, man. So, gentlemen, Mark, I know you're not the biggest gamer, but I know you're a Mortal Kombat movie fan. Joshua, I know you're a Mortal Kombat fan, so give me your guys' take on these skins here and having these guys back in the games.
I'm sorry, I froze there for a second. Yeah, I think they look really, really cool. It's definitely worth the price, which I don't know if we want to discuss that or not. It seems like a drop in the bucket. So, brings me nostalgia. And like I was saying before, maybe we'll get a James Remar skin from Annihilation or some Sindel skins or something. No, I don't know. But no, they look really cool. I'm definitely excited.
Mark, what do you got, man?
So you know that I'm not a gamer, so it doesn't really impact me at all. I think they look cool. I noticed you didn't mention Robin Shou though. So
I know,
that's
disappointing.
Like, why no Liu Kang?
That's the one. If I have any complaint, it's definitely the lack of Robin Shou, and I'll even throw in Talisa Soto as well. I would love to see them two back.
Right. Sure.
I don't know if.
Well, also Corey.
Go ahead.
Corey Tagawa also.
Well, Kerry Tagawa's already in the game. He's already in the game.
He was part of the main storyline, the Aftermath storyline. Who's your main, Jason? Who's your main?
I'd have to say Fujin and Scarlet.
Oh, okay, I'm more of a Raiden guy straight up. So
I love Raiden, cool. But now I have more reason to play as Raiden. Was Christopher Lambert. I don't want to take anything away from the voice actor Richard Epcar. He's a talented voice actor. In fact, he even does the Joker in Injustice and in this game. But to me, like Christopher Lambert is the true like voice of Raiden. The like he is like God personified. And it's so awesome to play as Christopher Lambert in a Mortal Kombat game. It's so I have more reason to play as Raiden now with that skin as an option to all of us diehard.
There can be only one, you know.
Exactly.
So, right, you know what I mean. In the words of Christopher Lambert, yeah.
Absolutely.
Woo. So
maybe we'll get some Street Fighter skins too. That would be good too.
Yeah, bring back Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my God.
The late Raul Julia.
They need to do something. Do you play Street Fighter 5 too?
No, I don't have PlayStation. I have Xbox.
Oh, okay. I have a PC, by the way, so I play all these games on PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we receive a bit of sad news. I just want to touch base. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, at least not since I was a kid, but last week we did lose the great Darth Vader himself, or at least the body of Darth Vader. David Prowse passed away. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of my close friends were diehard Star Wars fans, and I really did feel for them. Mark, so what did David Prowse mean to you?
So, yeah, I mean, he meant to me what, and I wouldn't classify myself as a Star Wars fan, really. Like, I like the original trilogy, and I like The Mandalorian and a few other things. But that said, I mean, he's a big part of my childhood from that trilogy. He is that imposing force that was Darth Vader. And what a lot of people don't realize is that his career actually spanned a lot longer than just those Star Wars movies. I mean, the guy got his start, I believe, on the Benny Hill show in the 60s. And he was like, I don't know if, people out there even remember the Benny Hill show, or if they're familiar with it, maybe they're too young, but it was a sketch. It was basically like one of the first sketch comedy shows. It was an English show that came out in the 60s and 70s. And whenever Benny Hill needed to do like a short sketch where he needed like a big muscle man, like a big bodybuilder, he would call David Prowse, and David Prowse would come and do a skit with him. And that's kind of how he started. And then after that, he was cast as Frankenstein in a few movies with Peter Cushing. And then after that, he was...
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
So early on, he was doing like these sort of cult movies. He did a couple episodes of Doctor Who. And then, of course, the big one was A Clockwork Orange with Stanley Kubrick, where he plays like, the guy's man.
Oh, the guy that kept pouring the wine. Right?
Yes.
Oh my God! It's been decades since I've watched. Oh my God!
Wow. Yeah.
The Caretaker. Wow.
So interestingly enough, from that, George Lucas, I guess, had seen him in that and felt that he was the perfect choice to be Darth Vader. So based off of that movie, we got him as Darth Vader. So, like I said, I mean, he was a force on his own before that, albeit a quiet force, because you never ever heard him speak in almost any of his movies. But his frame, his mannerisms, he was even, at least according to him, he was offered the role of Conan the Barbarian before Arnold. He turned it down, and then they offered it to Arnold next. I don't know how true that is, but that's what he claimed during his life. So.
Before we get to Josh's take, I just want to add to everything that you just said, Mark, and I learned this from you from our Superman 40th anniversary look back. It was David Prowse that trained Christopher Reeve the bulk up.
Correct. And that's the short story behind that is that David Prowse had actually auditioned for the title role. He actually wanted to play Superman, and so he auditioned for the Salkinds and for the casting director Lynn Stallmaster, and they never got back to him. Except for several months later, he got a call from his agent saying, well, these producers want you to train the guy that's going to play Superman. And that's how he found out that he didn't get the role, which was kind of a bummer. But, he wound up training Christopher Reeve and taking this scrawny,
150-pound man,
160-pound guy, and turning him into the Man of Steel, and so he can he can be credited with that. I actually saw a really cool meme. I guess it was a meme, but it was like a Darth Vader action figure with a Superman action figure, and the Superman action figure is actually like pumping iron, and Darth Vader's like this.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. So I thought about like grabbing it and like trying to make a poster out of it or something like that.
Josh, what do you got, man?
Mark, are you sure you're not a diehard Star Wars fan, man? That was some knowledge that you dropped on us right there, man. I wonder how much that figure is. No, but it's sad to see anybody in the industry pass away, especially somebody who's so iconic. And me myself, I'm kind of like you, Mark. I love the original trilogy, back and forth on between the prequels and the sequels and the spin-offs. And I've never watched an episode of any of the cartoons or any of that, but I appreciate Star Wars. And I appreciate it's just like Godzilla. Like, I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, but I appreciate that it's part of our culture. And
I'll take it.
The guy who played Darth Vader, it's very sad, a piece of history, dying like that. And R.I.P. again to and that was beautiful what you said, Mark. You're going to make me want to watch A Clockwork Orange again tonight. Right after this,
highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite.
I'm a big Kubrick fan. I haven't seen it in like a little while, but yeah, no, that's sad news. Very sad.
Okay, I know we're getting close to the rage debate, but I figured, as a request from everybody talking to me, and of course Mark wanted to put his 2 cents in. I'm not a fan at all, and I haven't even watched it yet, but things are really picking up on The Mandalorian. So
yes.
So Mark, what do you got on the, on Mandalorian?
Well, first of all, let me ask Josh, are you a Mandalorian fan at all?
Never watched it, but I've been recently watching the clips because everybody in the group was freaking out about different characters. I don't know what your spoiler thing is here and what you're going to talk about. So It looks very interesting. It looks like something I'd want to give a watch. I just finished up some other series, so now I have time to watch possibly The Mandalorian.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that we kind of bounce some things off of each other, but yeah, it looks like I'm the only one here.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I know some knowledge.
Shout out to Rosario Dawson, though. I love you.
Yeah.
Right. Rosario.
Great job as Ahsoka Tano. Like, I was really, I was really surprised. Like, I was skeptical, because you guys don't know, but like Ahsoka Tano is a character that was sort of introduced in the animated Star Wars series, like Clone Wars, and then later on in Rebels. And when they announced that Rosario Dawson was going to be playing the live action version, I was like, well, how's that going to look? It's kind of, I don't know, that they can actually bring that to life. But they did an excellent job, and she was incredible. Just not only the look, not only, did they make her look like the character, but her movements, her sword play, the way that she actually, her mannerisms when she used the Force, it actually was legit. So, yeah, I hope that we get to see more of her either in this or hopefully they give her her own spinoff.
I just watched the supercuts of the initial fight with Mando, and I didn't want to drop any spoilers or whatever, but I kind of spoiled myself and I watched those fight scenes. Her lightsabers, they look amazing, and her makeup is on par. It stayed intact, and I never watched an episode of the Clone Wars show, but I know that character, her look is so iconic. So to see Rosario Dawson the first time on Movie Aficionados, when somebody posted it, I was like, oh my God, they actually brought that character to life. So I had to check out the scenes, and they were done really well, and there were some very clever things. Her using the Force to lift Mando off the ground when he tied her up, and she looked right back at him with this badass look. I see a lot of Grogu comments too in the chat.
Yep, Scotty Banning's the biggest Star Wars fan I know. He's always hounding me. So Grogu, is that the name of the child? Is that right?
Yes. So there's a scene where they're all in the woods, and even though Baby Yoda can't talk, like his thoughts can be felt by other Force wielders, and so they're having this sort of conversation through thoughts, and then she tells Mando like what his actual name is and what his actual backstory is, and so that's where they're.
So is he actually like Yoda's son, or is it just like another species of Yoda? I don't know. I don't watch.
Basically, as I understand it, he was a Padawan that was at the Jedi Temple, like back, if you like, I don't know much about the prequels or anything like that, but yeah, episode 3, like during Order 66, where all the Jedi are killed off. So he was a part of that and survived it, from what I understand.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. So they must age like really slow. I remember Yoda was like 800 years old or something like that. I don't know.
Baby
Yoda is actually 50-something years old. They said
okay. All right, it makes a little bit more sense now. Like I said, even though I haven't watched any of the Star Wars movies after Episode 7, I do know some of the lore because I did watch the original 3 and the prequels. Say what you want.
Right.
But yeah. So, and then I'm also hearing rumors of. It's just a rumor. I stumbled across another YouTube channel saying that Mace Windu's coming back. That he apparently survived the blast in the window.
Well, I think that it's like sort of like it's less of a rumor, but it's more of like a wishful kind of a thing.
All right.
So so there are these questions going around, like at the end of the episode, I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, but basically they're tasked with going to a specific planet and waiting for a Jedi to feel Grogu's energy, and basically to sense him and to come and to train him and to take him on as a Padawan. So the big question is, which Jedi is it going to be? Is it going to be Luke Skywalker? Is it going to be Mace Windu? Is Mace Windu really alive? Is it going to be Kaz? I'm sorry?
Ahsoka Tano, could it be her?
Well, she already said that she won't train him.
She wasn't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I remember that scene.
Yeah, it could be Ezra Bridger from Rebels. It could be. There's a number of different ones, and also like other possibilities or other fan theories are that one of the Force ghosts, like Qui-Gon Jinn or Anakin Skywalker or somebody else, some Force ghost will come and train him or something like that. But I don't know. My theory is that no one comes. That they get there and some other issue ensues, like something happens. Basically like the them being tasked with going to Tython, going to this planet, is just like part of the plot device to make something else happen. I really don't think that we're going to see another Jedi there.
Maybe a new character. What about a new character? They can do that too.
Best hope is that it's somebody that we haven't seen before, because I think the show works best when they introduce new characters and it's less of like a fan service where you get to know your characters.
And I know that they also, I've been doing my research on it, even though I haven't watched the show, and I know that Katie Sackhoff, I know her from, she's Aminette Black in the Flash show, which is...
she does an awesome job on that too.
She was Bo-Katan Kryze, is it? Bo-Katan Kryze? I don't want to say.
Yeah, from Clan Kryze.
Kryze. And she was the voice in the show, and they made her look like the character in real life.
Yeah.
And they brought her on. It's fantastic. I think that's really cool. And I watched some scenes with her talking to Mando, and I think I want to watch the show, even though now I kind of spoiled it myself, and I guess through osmosis and just running this movie group, I mean, I'm gonna run into all these spoilers and all these things. So
absolutely. I just want to give a quick shout out here. Mr. Next in the chat is actually my former football teammate Debo. thank you for coming in, boss. And also shout out to Cat F. I see you here dropping in too, and everyone else. So again, thank you for all coming in here tonight. We're talking little Mandalorian, something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, so hit that like button, man. We got 20 people in here, and like, let me take a look here. 14 likes, man. Let's get 6 more likes here. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We hope we earn your subscription and continue to hang out with us, every week and whatnot. So, yeah, absolutely. So anything else on the Mandalorian before we shimmy into the cage?
No, but before we do that, Cindy just texted me and said that the font is giant in the chat screen.
Yeah, so, I know. I had to make the chat box narrow to fit, and I know I should have made the font smaller. But yeah, I
okay.
I see all the comments, so I'm actually following on my phone here, so I can see all the comments here. Anyone that's gonna leave like a big comment, you're probably not gonna see your whole comment on the screen.
Jay, what position did you play for football? Were you a receiver?
It was just a recreational flag football league,
okay.
but I played for almost 7 years, and
wow.
But Debo was a semi-pro for Syracuse, and he also played in our league and whatnot. So I'm glad he popped in, and I'm kind of talking him into joining our show someday because he runs a really great Facebook group, shitposting group, and I think he'd be great for our channel. So I'd like to have him on sometime. And shout out to Fallen One Gaming, our moderator, who's always here. He's great. So yeah, man, you guys, I'm having a blast with you guys tonight, man. Now, when we get to the cage, Cindy, I know you're watching. The chat should look better because it's going to have a bigger screen.
All right.
So the reason why we were doing this and the reason why we're promoting this show in particular is that it is the holiday season. And you know what? I had to kick off December with the most important holiday question of all time. We continue to debate this outside of here. We debate this at work. I debate this with my friends. And that age-old debate, again, let me show you my Christmas sweater here. Speaking of Christmas sweater, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And in my book, it is.
Ooh, I'm excited, man.
So Mark, he's going against me like he always does. So I need everybody. And Josh is going to be Judge Josh. He's going to be our moderator, and he's going to decide the winner. But I want everybody in the chat to side with me so we can win this battle. So that being said, let's take this to the cage. Let's go.
Okay, ladies and gents, it's time for Rage in the Cage.
Finish him.
So strap in and join the fight in the comments below. Pick a side, Team Mark or Team J. Who will it be?
All right, hang on. I got a small technical thing I got to fix here real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, me too. Let me
hang
fix
on.
mine.
Okay. I totally forgot to put us on the all of us on the screen here. So give me a minute here. I got to fix the screen. I am sorry, everybody.
Whoops.
This was my bad. Hold on. This won't take long to fix. Hang on. Hang on. I got to fix
I
this.
think he's stalling, guys. He doesn't have an argument.
No. I got this. Hang on. So, Mark, I'm gonna in just like 1 minute here, Mark. I want you to start your argument here. Everybody in the chat can talk amongst yourself for a second here. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I was totally slipped my. I will fix this right now, right here, right now. This won't take long at all. And I'm sorry, everyone, bear with me on the screen here. Yeah, you guys are gonna learn some broadcasting tricks right here, right now. Getting Mark here on the screen. It's gonna look fly. Don't worry. All right, Mark, go ahead and begin your argument while I get Josh on the screen here.
I mean, it's real simple, man. Like, just because it's set at Christmas time, like it's set in December, that is not criteria like for a Christmas movie. Like,
come on.
It's a prerequisite, but there has to be a lot more to it than just that. I mean, for me, like there has to be the Christmas imagery. There has to be snow, there has to be tree, there has to be gifts, there has to be the premise has to center around Christmas in some way, not just be like set during that time. Here you have a movie that's set in LA where it doesn't snow, you know? Even the Christmas party that he goes to, there's no Christmas music. They're playing like Ode to Joy.
Wrong.
I just watched it.
The credits.
No, in the Christmas party, when he goes into the Christmas party, they're playing classical music.
Yeah.
They're not playing Christmas music. Even at a Christmas party, they're not playing Christmas music. The only snow you see in the entire movie is when Ellis is doing coke on the desk. That's the only kind of snow you see. So, yeah, to me, that doesn't say Christmas. That just says that, okay, it just happens to take place in December. That is my opening argument.
But it's in Los Angeles, though.
I want to get your counter on that.
Listen, it's set in the Christmas party. They say that the Christmas doesn't begin until Hans Gruber falls off the goddamn roof. I hear that all the time.
That's the end of the movie.
And it's been quoted in other movies, okay? And if you buy the Die Hard, the brand new Die Hard Blu-ray, not the Blu-ray pack, but the single Blu-ray of Die Hard, guess what? It's a Christmas cover. The studio's very self-aware that it's a Christmas movie. Why would they put Christmas decoration on the cover of the movie, Mark? Get with the program, Mark.
To get people like us to argue. The producers themselves said that they purposely did not want to make it a Christmas movie. Bruce Willis himself says it's not a Christmas movie. They picked, out of all of the Christmas songs that they could have picked, they only have two. The one at the end, and then the one when Argyle picks up Bruce Willis from the airport, picks up John McClane from the airport, and he pops in Christmas in Hollis from Run DMC. The reason why they chose that song is because, sorry, I'm getting a little bit dizzy. The reason why they chose that song is because they wanted to not have a Christmas feel for this movie. Why would they go out of their way to not make it Christmassy if they wanted it to be a Christmas movie?
Dude, it's an action movie set during Christmas. You know, it's a Christmas party. It's a well-established Christmas party. You know, and like I said, the end credits. Why would they play Christmas music during the end credits? It's having the Christmas music and it's like the little bow on the Christmas present. You know, yes, if this was not a Christmas movie, at the end credits wouldn't have used Christmas music. That's how I look at it.
Okay, so far your premise is that it takes place during Christmas time and that there is Christmas music at the end, right? Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, then why don't we call Batman Returns a Christmas movie?
I do.
Why don't we call Lethal Weapon a Christmas? Why don't we call Bridget Jones's Diary a Christmas movie? Why don't we call Black Christmas, which has Christmas in the title? Why don't we consider that a Christmas movie? Everybody knows it's a Grindhouse
Wait a minute,
slasher.
that came out in December, though.
It came out in December, but it is definitely not about Christmas. It is about a serial killer, and it is about some sorority sisters that take their revenge on a serial killer. So it has nothing to do with Christmas other than the title and the fact that it takes place.
What about Silent Night, Deadly Night? But we're getting off topic. It's Die Hard.
If you're gonna call Die Hard a Christmas movie, then you have to name like hundreds of other movies that are not considered Christmas movies. You have to now recategorize them as that. And I don't think that the majority of people are willing to do that. Counter? No? You got nothing? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let us know
whenever
in
you
the
want
chat.
me, I'm trying to be just a quiet, unbiased judge. But whenever you want me to interject,
No, go ahead and interject. Josh, go ahead and interject.
all right.
Yeah,
I mean, now,
we need a tiebreaker here.
right now, Mark is definitely winning just by numbers alone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say, and there's a couple points that you didn't make, Jay, but I don't want to bring those up until it's completely over. So maybe you'll, if you have any more points, you could add.
I just think on like from like a pop culture like when it comes to like pop culture in general, I just feel like it's been classified over the years as time goes on, more and more it's getting classified as a Christmas movie. And I've like kind of added it to like my Christmas, tradition to watch it every December. And I feel like if I don't watch it in December, it just feels out of place. I can watch the sequels like when it's not December, but in December I have to make it a priority to watch Die Hard along with my other favorite Christmas movies. And I feel like more and more people are doing the same thing. The fact that this is debated everywhere, like if it wasn't a debate, like people wouldn't be talking about it. Like people are really, really like championing this movie as a Christmas movie.
I just don't see it. Like when and I literally just watched it yesterday. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I love Die Hard.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, but I can watch that any time of the year, not just Christmas. And in fact, the first time I saw it was in the summertime, and I didn't get like a vibe like, oh, this should be happening. Like I should be watching this during the winter. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just the main plot could have happened in July and it would make zero difference to the film. It could have happened in March. It would make zero difference to the film. What we love about all the sequels have absolutely nothing to do with Christmas. And you can mix and match those storylines easily. If you wanted to make a Christmas movie, a Die Hard Christmas movie, what they should have done was take the setting from Die Hard with a Vengeance and set that at wintertime.
Yeah, I know they didn't though. I don't consider the sequels Christmas movies at all. But the first one, yes, because. Come on. It would be a little tacky if all the movies took place during Christmas because all these terrorists and all these bad guys only come out on Christmas. No, just the first one.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to interject with something, and
Yes.
I want this. Maybe this could be a talking point for both of you. It will be an unbiased talking point. My favorite Christmas movie of all time. I watch it every year. Well, there's two, but number one is Home Alone.
Same here.
Number two is Bad Santa. I watch both those every year, and then I watch Home Alone, the second one also, the New York one, whatever it's called, Lost in New York. So here's what I would say about your point, Mark, is you were saying that Die Hard could take place at any time. It could take place on St. Paddy's Day. It could take place on Halloween. So here's an interesting point. I was thinking about this too with Home Alone. If you take the Christmas element out of Home Alone, would that be the same? I'll let both of you talk about that. Because that's relevant to this too, because there's a lot of movies that people think are Christmas movies, like Gremlins is another one, of course, too, that people always bring up. What do you guys think about that? Like is Home Alone a definitive Christmas film?
Yes. You can't take Home Alone and not make it during Christmas because one of the themes of Home Alone is about family, being together with your family. And that's how I look at it, is that wouldn't work on Halloween. That wouldn't work on 4th of July. Shout out to Soundgarden. And that wouldn't work on, like, St. Paddy's Day. I feel like Home Alone, they were going away for a trip on the holidays to be together with the family. They left one of them behind. And the second one also took place during Christmas, So you can't take Christmas out of Home Alone. Home Alone is a Christmas movie. I see where Mark's coming from, where, Die Hard could happen anytime. But no, they chose to make it happen during Christmas. And it's just... Again, I just feel like I get Christmas vibes every time I watch it. By the way, shout out 24 people in here debating. I love it. You guys are fucking awesome.
So I'm going to use that argument to...
Oh, Josh, you froze.
Did we lose Josh?
Yeah, he froze.
Oh, man.
He's got a really nice profile right now, though.
Yeah, he should use that as his profile pic.
Yeah, that's definitely a great profile.
I'm gonna steal that idea, like just put myself in action.
Yes, you're back. You're back.
Oh my God!
We were saying it froze. Josh, it froze like on like the dopest like pick. Like you should find it and then use it as your profile pic.
I see it right here. No, so I was saying that you should use that as your point in reference to Die Hard, where you were talking about family. I mean, technically, he is, with his wife at the time.
Yeah, his ex-wife.
That is his family.
Yeah.
So no, in comparison to other films like that, I want you to base your next arguments off of that. Like, is there any more arguments that?
Well, I'd like to make a counterpoint to that. So okay. I see what you're saying there, but I think the difference like between Home Alone and Die Hard is that the subplot in Home Alone has to do with the old man with the neighbor. And he's estranged from his family during Christmas. And a big part of that is him like reuniting. Like that's like it's not a central theme, but it's like a side theme. Die Hard doesn't have anything like that in it. Right. The whole theme is like, I have to save these people from these terrorists. Side debate, which we should probably have at another time. Mm-hmm. Are the villains in Die Hard terrorists or are they bank robbers? Because
I always thought of it as terrorists in my mind.
Right.
Like I feel like every Die Hard movie is about a different terrorist. So that's just how I feel. Like I coincide the two together. I really do.
Right.
But like I said, it was a terrorist during a Christmas gathering, and Titan Gochi had a point in the chat, that family is also a theme in Die Hard. So that's what I'm saying. It's the Christmas elements are there. It may not be in the forefront like other Christmas movies, but it's still there. And I would make that same argument with Batman Returns, where the lighting of the Christmas tree. Alfred, Merry Christmas, Master Bruce. Like, to me, it may not be in the forefront like a Home Alone or a Christmas Story, but Die Hard is certainly a Christmas movie. It just may not be super prominent, but there's enough there to classify this as a Christmas movie. And as the years go on, more and more people are throwing it in that category again with the Blu-ray release. And of course, I'm going to keep going to the same argument. The end credits. The end credits, you hear Christmas music in the end credits. If it wasn't a Christmas movie, they wouldn't be playing Christmas music during the credits.
I mean, go ahead, Josh. You had more to say?
No, so I was just going to bring up the score. But no, go ahead, Mark, though. I want to hear what you have to say.
All I was going to say is that, I think the crux of our argument is just that our criteria is different. So for me, the central question as far as what makes a Christmas movie is that Christmas has to be central to the theme. The big question is, can you take the plot of a movie and move it around to some other time of the year and have it be relatively unchanged? And with Die Hard, the answer is yes. With Batman Begins, it's pretty much yes. With Bridget Jones,
Gremlins,
with Edward Scissorhands, with Gremlins, with Lethal Weapon, you could take the Christmas element out of it, and it really doesn't change the story very much.
I disagree with Gremlins. I disagree.
Using.
I disagree.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interject. When you brought up those other movies, I totally disagree.
No, it's.
So everybody in the chat. Here we go. This is how we're gonna do this right here, right now. Hashtag Team J, hashtag Team Mark, right here, right now. Whose side are you on? Right here, right now. I want everybody. Team J all day, all the way. Come on, right here. Come on. Listen,
that would help me.
Look at this. Look at this. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Christmas sweater with the plaza right there as a Christmas tree. Come on. Why would they sell this merch? Come on,
Which is
man.
one more Christmas tree than was actually in the movie.
But Jay, that's another good point. But Jay, there's one point that you didn't bring up, and it's unfortunate that one of us didn't also wear a sweater that says "Ho ho ho, I have a machine gun," or "Ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun."
Oh yeah.
That's a plot point, and that's another argument you could have said.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sky Productions Team J, Scott Bannock Team Mark, Stephanie Dixon Team J, Titan Goji Team J, Paul Tackett Team Mark, Brian from Matsashi's Team Mark, Josh Bates Team Mark, Off the Bean Podcast Team J, Cat F Team J. Woo, baby! And like I said, you guys, We're going to not only that, we're going to war. The chat's going to war.
This is a very divisive topic.
It's a polarizing topic.
We picked a hot topic.
So based on the arguments, I mean, Mark just has you with. So far, we have like the setting, no snow, no Christmas music, except for you had brought up the end credits. And I was wondering, because you had said, Jay, you'd said that the new Blu-ray cover was a Christmas movie, and clearly they want to market. The studios want to be like, oh, cool, they'll buy it and they'll watch it on Christmas.
Exactly.
Did they add that end credits music, or was that original? I forget.
It was
That's
originally
a good question. I don't remember.
It's been a year
original?
since I watched it. I watched it on Christmas also. So
Yeah.
I should have rewatched
Look at that. We got a couple more. Betty Rage Team Mark, Cindy Lou Team Mark, Reload Team J from Debo. Following game it says Team Willis. Come on, man, make a decision. Lexi Odom, thanks for stopping in. Team Mark. My gosh, dude, you guys, this has been the most heated argument between the chat and us. Yeah. I hate to do this because it feels like we're like 50-50 with the chat anyway. I hate to lead the fate into Josh Dredd. Being the judge, jury, and executioner here. So, Josh Dredd, please lay the hammer down.
Yeah.
What is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No, because and Mark, I mean, you made some points that I've never heard before that are like, wow, that when you said you don't watch, Die Hard on Christmas specifically, you can watch it in July, June.
Anytime.
I don't watch Home Alone outside of that one day a year, and I don't watch Bad Santa outside of that one day a year. I don't watch Jingle All the Way outside of that one day. That was a great point. In addition to all the other points, Jay, I just wish you had more points. And I don't know, based on what I'm hearing, I don't know if a lot of this is fabricated because you said, like Bruce Willis and the producers say it's definitely not a Christmas movie. And now knowing that people think of it as that, they probably have changed their own tune when I say it's fabricated. Like they probably are like, oh no, it's definitely a Christmas movie. Like if you ask Bruce Willis, buy the Blu-ray set.
Okay, I will say this. I don't think intentionally they were trying to make a Christmas movie, but they did. Like, I think of like Rocky as like a Thanksgiving movie. I don't think it was like Rocky was going to be. No, I don't think Stallone was trying to make a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Because I do watch Rocky on Thanksgiving.
So that's how I feel the same. I feel the same way about Die Hard as to Christmas as I do Rocky to Thanksgiving. Is that Rocky may not have been Stallone wasn't trying to make a Thanksgiving movie, but he did, and that's how I feel about Die Hard with Christmas. So I hope everyone can at least agree to that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. I do agree on the Rocky thing, even though it's not an intentional holiday movie. That is one that you do kind of watch on Thanksgiving. Although I don't know that everybody does that. I think that I do. Yeah, I know that I do, but I don't know that everybody does that.
But I'd like to see somebody else. I see the chat. Are they making any points in there? I know they're doing their hashtags, but does anybody have any talking points?
Let's see. The lovely Cindy Lou Withers, Mark's wife, says NerdCage Live is a Christmas show because Jay has a Christmas hat on and it's December.
I back it. See?
Scott Beck, what about Rocky IV, Jay? Is that a Christmas movie because he's fighting Drago on Christmas Day? Well, you know what?
See, now officially, you're gonna make
that one's debatable because he trains in the snow and stuff, but I don't feel like Christmas.
But it's Russia.
Christmas is not prominent enough in Rocky IV, but I think Christmas is more prominent in Die Hard.
Is it? I don't really think of Christmas when I'm watching Die Hard, except for at the end, like you said. When he's in Argyle's limo. Those are the only two times that I really ever think of Christmas. The rest of the time, I'm just like, man, I really hope he gets those terrorists. And I can't wait to see Alan Rickman fall from that building. Yeah. It's like the most satisfying
But everything
moment.
You're saying, Mark, I've made into my Christmas tradition, or at least my December tradition, and I know a lot of other people have too.
Yeah, I can respect that. Side note, I have a funny Alan Rickman story if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah. We'll do. Yeah, give us your Alan Rickman story and we'll get out of the cage.
All right, cool. So like real quick, and it's not like a big thing, but like I used to live in the UK, and I had a part-time job at a like camera shop, and it was in this part of London called Holland Park, and Holland Park is like where a lot of rich celebrities live. And so I happened to be like walking by the storefront window, and at the same time, I see this guy walk by, and he's literally like this. He's walking by, and he turns, and he looks, and he goes, looks at me like this, and then he makes a face, and then he walks off. And I was like, what the? And it didn't dawn on me until after he left that was Alan Rickman. Now, I don't know for a fact that he was looking at me, like maybe he saw something weird, and like maybe he saw a reflection of himself, and he was looking at something at himself. But I always wanted to like meet him, like, you know, like actually talk to him and ask him about that. Just that, like, hey, did you see me, or were you looking at yourself? But sadly, I never got that chance. So that's my story.
Dude, great story, man. So,
Wow.
whew, man, this debate just took so much out of me. I'm so tired. All right, guys. So
It was a good one.
that
It
was
a good
fun.
one.
I'm so glad
Very
everyone
good.
joined us on this debate. And Josh, you're awesome judge, man. So we're gonna go out of the cage, and let's do an open floor and call a night here. So hang
right.
on. So let me just do this. Whoop. All right, back in the normal broadcast. That was hella fun. Thanks for everyone for coming in. And again, I apologize for the technical glitch. I forgot to set up the Zoom windows. I was lucky I was able to get that done and like fast as I could. So again, I apologize for the technical glitch, everybody. So open floor, guys. What do you guys want to talk about for a few minutes here? We got our main topics out, so let's open it up to the chat or among you guys. What do you guys got?
I've been watching a couple different series that aren't The Mandalorian, and I think that's what I need to do. The Ratchet show. I liked it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's about Nurse Ratchet from
Oh yeah,
Forever
I
Cougar's
wanted to
Nest.
watch that.
And it plays more like American Horror Story.
Right. Well, it's Ryan Murphy, right? He produced that.
Yeah, and Sarah Paulson's in it, and she's the executive producer too. Another show I watch is The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I'm a huge horror fan, and it was something else. It was really good. If you guys like horror, I would definitely recommend you take the time. And if you liked The Haunting of Hill House, that's another good one too.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Oh, and Lovecraft Country. That's another
Yes,
show.
I'm on that one. So Joey from Life of Agony,
Joey
from Life of Agony, our last guest from 2 weeks ago, he was talking about Nurse Ratchet. So I gotta jump on that.
What other shows have you been watching?
But yeah, Lovecraft Country is amazing. I haven't finished it yet though.
Yeah, that's an amazing show. I recently finished Queen's Gambit. I don't know if you've watched that. It's about like a child that grows up in an orphanage. She's like a prodigy, a chess prodigy. She winds up being like the greatest chess player in the world. I wasn't going to watch it, but then I found out that it was set in 1960s Kentucky, and that like kind of intrigued me.
Oh,
and so,
very good show.
Yeah, it's an excellent show, and shout out to Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, her career's taken off.
Awesome. Yeah, this is her year, man. Even though she was in that terrible New Mutants movie, she was good in it. Like, it wasn't her fault. You know what I mean? She's like a really good actress from Miami. Like, so where I'm from, where I was raised. So
nice.
Awesome.
Shout
it wasn't her fault that the Disney bought Fox Studios and completely just tossed a movie out into production into the COVID, fields and that New Mutants, man. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a letdown. I didn't downright hate it, but it was a letdown, and
I hated it.
It wasn't good. I didn't hate it either, but it was.
Yo, we got some people in the chat here. Scott Bank says Fargo. He's been pulling my leg on that one. Sky Productions Primal says much watch of 2020.
Primal. I've not heard of that. Have you?
Raised by Wolves is another one. I think a couple people mentioned that.
Yeah. Another good one that Cindy
Cobra
and I started
Kai.
watching.
Someone just mentioned Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Yeah, Cobra Kai's been
I
out for a
haven't.
while.
It's on my watch list. I promise. Just my watch list is stacked right now, and I haven't gotten to Cobra Kai. But that's on my. Definitely
I
on my
wish
list.
I didn't watch the season 3 trailer. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the trailer.
I haven't watched any of the trailers at all. Other than the very first trailer, I've been avoiding it. So.
That season 3 trailer pretty much tells you everything you need to know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyway, but.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to go the way that I kind of predict. Like, I kind of think that it's going to go a specific way. But I'm good looking out on the trailer thing. I really don't want to know anything.
You will know everything. The Boys.
Yes! My man! The Boys has been carrying this channel, especially on our live streams. God, man.
You should check out my channel. I have a special shout out from Mother's Milk last month.
What?
Go to my channel, check it out. It's he gives us a shout out. Movie
Link in the
Aficionados.
description, people, for Movie Aficionados.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is freaking awesome.
I'm working on getting people like that to do interviews with.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
The Boys.
Not to mention he's a Giants fan too. My man.
Oh, who's a Giants fan?
Mother's Milk.
Oh, okay. I won't.
Wait, hold on. You're from Hudson Valley. Who's your football team?
Everybody that knows me knows I love my Patriots.
What?
100%.
Oh my! Go to Massachusetts.
I know. I'm about to whip out my rings, man. I don't even want to do that to you. But
it's okay. It's okay. We all know about those 2 Super Bowls, but you guys have,
That's
5.
true.
You guys have 6 of them, but we have the 2 that. Okay. Anyway, okay, enough football talk, but that's how we can get to
Right.
another day. But we'll get into that sometime.
I would love to be back on the show, So
yes. We would love to have you back, man. This has been a blast, and
this has been a lot of fun.
Yes, I'm glad you're the first person that just instead of me asking the question, you just straight up say, "Yo, I want to be back on the show." So yeah, it makes me happy to hear that. Not to mention we had a packed house tonight. Like, holy smokes, I haven't even seen the chat drop below 20 people yet. So you brought the pumpkin party to us, man.
Yeah, for real. We appreciate it.
Whew.
What is that? Betty Rage? You love horror. Are you a Terrifier fan? Go to our group. Say hi to David Howard Thornton, man. He's in there. Art the Clown. Oh, and I was telling you, Jay and Mark, if you're big horror fans, I'm a huge Saw fan, and I love all things horror. Yes. If you like gore and like really bloody and one of the most shocking scenes you'll ever see, check out Terrifier.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
I had that in my notes.
Right.
Is it streaming
and get
anywhere?
Back to me. What was that?
Is it streaming anywhere?
That I don't know. It might be on Shudder.
Oh,
yeah, I would think Shudder.
I had Shudder for the 30-day free trial, and I'm sorry, I wasn't too big on it.
Okay, I mean it's and Aya Cash is on there. She has a show, Scare Me, on Shudder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stormfront herself. Wow.
Yeah.
She's nice. Not the character, just. Aya Cash is
right. Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah. Just get that out of the way. Oh man.
Just looking at the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, so Follow On Games, he's pulling my leg right now. Did anyone besides me and Jay catch the Tyson Jones fight? We can talk about that.
I missed it.
I watched it. I'm a diehard boxing guy. Josh, you a boxing guy?
Yeah, I was until one of the greatest ever, Mayweather, retired, man.
Okay.
So I did. Shout out Jake Paul. You did your thing, shockingly.
I was mad. YouTuber. I don't like him. I was rooting hard. I was rooting hard for Nate Robinson. He let me down. I'm a Knicks fan too, so this Nate Robinson let me down. He let me down. And he won the internet. Well, I don't know if you could call it a win the internet or lost the internet, but the memes came rolling in. Listen, people talk about that the fight was a tie, which I disagree. I feel like Tyson won that fight, but the winner of the night was Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's commentary was gold. Yeah. He's got a future in boxing commentary. Seriously.
By the way, it wasn't a draw. If you know anything about boxing.
Yeah, no, it was no. Tyson definitely won.
So I don't know.
This was an exhibition, and I don't know why they didn't actually actually put serious judgment into it, but it was way off. Jones looked awful. Tyson looked great for 54, and he did his thing. And the funny thing is, though, Tyson only went to the body. He wasn't trying to kill this man.
Oh, yeah.
He just went to the body. Because if he went to the head, I bet you he would have dropped Jones pretty quick.
I don't want him to go to my body at all either, man. I mean, that's you don't want Tyson hitting you, even if he's 58, 68.
Yeah, at all.
So I have a question for everybody in the chat. This is a good one in reference to this boxing with Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson and all this other nonsense. And if you're a boxing purist, you know that some of this is nonsense. Obviously, Tyson and Roy Jones can fight, but it clearly looks like they want to do a celebrity death match. Who do you want to see? I want to see Taylor Swift versus Celine Dion. Let's go. Boxing match. Who do you guys in the chat want to see box each other? Because they'll do it, clearly.
I know some of the pure boxing fans would be pissed off, but if you're talking from like a marketing standpoint, it's genius. I'm trying to think of like who in Hollywood has like big grudge right now that I would want to see square off.
Yeah, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson, man. I mean, a basketball.
Well, who in Hollywood can actually like box though? Like can actually fight?
The only one I can think of is Mickey Rourke comes to mind. You know, because he's a licensed. He's a licensed boxer.
I mean, I'm sure he's better than Nate Robinson. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, he looks. I'm so sorry. At least you got in there and tried. I wouldn't want to do it myself, but I'd like to see. I don't even know, man. I'm trying to think of somebody. Maybe people from like Salute Your Shorts, like shows that aren't on anymore.
Yeah, somebody
like Steve Urkel versus Bobby Budnick or something. Yeah.
I can get behind that.
They had like. I want to say, like, back in the 90s, they had, like, a show.
Oh, my God!
It wasn't Celebrity Deathmatch. It was, like, a live-action show where they did, like... Jay, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but no.
Vanilla
Paul
Ice
Tackett
was on it.
Paul Tackett just had a genius idea. Paul Tackett, shout out to... I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Mark said Mads Mikkelsen versus Johnny Depp. Oh my God. That is genius.
Okay.
I think Mads Mikkelsen would I think he would whoop Johnny Depp across the floor. That's just my opinion.
Sorry,
I don't
Johnny
know if they
Depp
have
a
beef, but I think people are just like, you know, because of the whole
trying to make it a beef.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like Margot Robbie and Kaylee Cuoco.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Mark, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Because of the Harley Quinn thing.
That was just the greatest comment, like, of...
No, that's what I was talking about.
Oh my gosh, you guys are great. Brian from Monstrosity says, remember when Screech fought Horshack? Yes, I do remember that. I remember that. He did the whole, he kept doing the taunting, and yeah, I remember that like that was yesterday.
Right. Wow.
I think celebrity boxing should come back. I mean, I know some of the boxing purists would be pissed off, but from an entertainment standpoint and the possibility of bringing more fans to the sport, I'm all for it. And shout out to my boy Daniel Jacobs for his... It was a lackluster win, but it was still a win from the Friday before the Tyson fight. So shout out to Danny, the Miracle Man, Danny Jacobs, Brooklyn guy. I root for him, so congrats on your win, buddy. And I'm also looking forward to Spence Garcia this weekend.
Very cool.
All right. So listen, it's about 9:15. So Josh, I want to give you the floor, man. Promote yourself and anything you want to bring up, and just promote yourself here to all of our fine folks here at NerdCage Live who came in tonight.
Guys, join our group on Facebook. Like I said, we have over 6,000 members, and you get your movie news. We have a lot of great people who review things, just like Mark and Jay. They're in there too. Mark's been sharing his stuff as well. And if you guys are have your own channels, join our group and promote it. There's a lot of people who like to get different reviews and different standpoints. Check out my channel. Like I said, Mother's Milk is in the intro. I also have my animated short that I did. It's called Artsy Fartsy. It's about two film critics that are pretentious, which is basically like my life. And I do like super cuts of films where I pretty much just talk crap. Like I have a Jack and Jill one up there, and I also have a You Got Served one up there, and I'm working on a Street Fighter one for the 94 Street Fighter movie. And that's it. Check out my channels and my groups, man.
Yes, and the links are in the description for everybody, so you can join the Facebook group, subscribe to his YouTube channel, which I will do as soon as this broadcast is done. So again, Josh, at the very last minute, thank you for coming in, and thank you for judging the fight, even though I didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But that's okay. I had an absolute blast doing it. By the way, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Thank you for had to get that last one in there.
And shout out if Titan Goji, if you're still in here in the chat, shout out to Titan Goji. He is our guest next week, and we are going to debate best Christmas movie ever in the next Rage in the Cage. And by the way, Titan Goji, congrats. He hit 11,000 subscribers today. Congrats to that man. He is busting his ass off, and it's clearly it's paying off here. So we're really excited to have him on. And of course, the week after that is the Daniel Pacino watch party of Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. And of course, if you missed the official announcement earlier on the stream here, Mark and I, with Dion from Off the Beaten Podcast, if you're still in here, and Matthew Farden, our voice actor, the voice of NerdCage, we are doing a Wonder Woman 84 watch party. So we're going to try this watch party thing in this month and next month and see how they go. And if they go well, we will certainly do more. So everybody, thank you for coming in and supporting us. Big things to come in 2021. We're going to end this year strong with these last couple shows after this. And also be on the lookout, the video versions of... Mark, I'll let you talk about the video versions of the lookbacks. Go ahead and...
Right. So as Jay was saying, we just dropped episode 1 of the video version of our podcast. It's actually part 1 of a 2-part series, a look back on Superman 2. This month marks the 40th anniversary. I was super hyped to do that episode. We brought out a lot of fun facts about the production history, about the casting, about some of the origin story, behind, the genesis behind the idea behind the actual Superman film. And so I highly encourage you all to check that out. We've got the video version of the Home Alone that we did with Dion McGill and Matthew Farden coming very soon. Episode 1's coming very soon. That's going to be a 3-part series. We've got a lot of these look backs coming really soon, including this weekend. We're going to be recording a look back for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon for the 20th anniversary of that. So be on the lookout for that. I just like to say, thanks to Josh for coming in. It's always a pleasure to have a fellow cinephile come in and really someone who really knows movies. We like to talk movies and TV on this channel, so we really appreciate someone that knows that stuff.
Thank you.
Your group is great. Your channel's great. Thanks for making us a part of it.
Yes.
Thanks for thanks to the audience. Thanks to you guys in the chat for showing up every week, making it live. Mm-hmm. And that is all I got.
Yeah, we will absolutely have Josh back. I mean,
thank you so much.
It's been we got some openings. Like, I schedule these long ahead here, so we're gonna squeeze you in for sure in the coming months here. All right, so again, everybody, and thank you for helping us get to 200 subs. We're past 200 now, but thank you for helping us get there. It's like I said, I've said to everybody, and I don't know if you caught our thank you video, but what started off as like a hobby is turned into a passion project. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the channels who supported us and everyone who's coming to the live streams and comment on everything. It means the world to us, and we promise, Mark and myself, we are going to work hard and continue to make this show better and better. And there's going to be more guests in the future. And like I said, you guys are the best. I mean, I know it's pretty cliche, but you guys are the best damn supporters, man. You guys ain't just our fans, you guys are our friends, and it's just awesome hanging out with you, just having these open discussions. So again, Josh, thank you very much. Mark, thank you for all you do as well. It's an absolute pleasure to work with you, man. So I'm gonna close it as always, and stick around. Of course, all of our upcoming shows, the hype trailers are gonna play right when we come off the air. The hype trailers are gonna play right after this. So before we go, we ask you to pretty please comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. So to you, I say, from Louisville to Hudson Valley, New York, Syracuse, New York, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, Enjoy life. Stay safe. Happy holidays. And good night.
Sayonara.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, hide your girlfriend, hide your wives, lock up your doors, run for your life, because Titan Goji will be on NerdCage Live. And as a result, that's right, December 10th, 2020.
Put the cookie down! Now!
Kidnap Mr. Santa Claus?
It has begun!
Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!
Thank you very much, everybody. You guys all rock.